The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Anthony Dorsett, Damontre Moore, and Newey Scruggs.
Welcome to the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. Newey is out on assignment, so your boy Jay Holley, a.k.a. Salt and Pepper Poppy, is sitting in the driver's seat today.
Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, listen. Salt and Pepper Poppy, baby. I'm on that age now where I go there, man. We got Barry Church,
What's happening?
and Anthony Dorsett. And fellas,
yes, sir.
Some tragic news came down a week ago for the Dallas Cowboys with the untimely passing of defensive end, 24-year-old defensive end,
young
Marshawn Nealon. And we don't have to get into the details of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to open up and give you guys space and room, because mental health is something that a lot of us deal with. I know personally, I talked about it on the last show, so I won't eat up the airtime with that again on this show, but mental health is something that a lot of athletes, a lot of people in general deal with. And I said, me personally, I deal with those things as well. Because there are so many pressures that a lot of people don't realize that athletes have to go to, not only just being able to perform Sunday in and Sunday out, but are things that, a guy coming to take your spot, a coach has been on you, contract year, dealing with injuries, battling, and that's not even dealing with the home stuff.
Yep. Exactly. You're just dealing with the stuff in the building.
You're dealing with the stuff in the building. The media critique and the team's not playing well, and you have expectations for yourself and you're not living up to them, and so you're critiquing yourself. And again, that's all in the building stressors. Nothing to do with what's going on, at home. And Marshawn, whose mom passed 18 months ago. So, sometimes people don't get over those type of things. If you lose a parent or dealing with whatever, there's a multitude of things that we can talk about in this. But I wanted to give the open space for guys to talk about, this type of situation. And if you deal with, mental health, what are some of the things that you do to kind of help you win the day-to-day battle? So I'll open up the floor to you.
Yeah.
Barry.
Oh, for sure. Well, when it comes to mental health and all that stuff, I'm serious on that as well. Because from a young age, going all through football, you kind of taught to suppress that stuff. Don't complain, or don't cry on the football field, and don't let emotions. As men, you kind of are taught growing up to suppress that, and it all comes to a point where it boils over. I mean, we've seen it happen time and time again. But when it comes to the loss of Marshawn, it's extremely tough, man. And it kind of threw me back to when I had lost a teammate of my own, Jerry Brown. During that whole ordeal. And it's super sad because, these guys are young. Yeah. I mean, at 24, what I'm saying? What you think? What can you imagine, the rest of that life to be? And it's just so young, man, so young and so tragic. So it's extremely sad. And that's why I always say, man, check on your people, man. It's just not even, you don't even have to be like a full hour-long conversation. Just a text message. Just hey, how you doing, man? What's going on with you? How are things going? Because you never know, you might text the right person that day that needs somebody to talk to and needs somebody to vent out to. And so I always encourage people to just reach out. And if yourself a group, it don't even have to be a group. Maybe it's your spouse or your loved one, just someone that you can regularly talk to, maybe once a week. There's
nothing wrong with therapy.
There's nothing wrong with therapy. It's just venting on it could be, how great life is going, or it could be the struggles that's going on, but just venting and getting, those emotions off of your body, man, is definitely a huge for me.
Yeah, for me, mental health it's the forefront of everything. I realize it now. Being fortunate enough to, this is a special occasion. We actually got 4 players here now at the show, and shout out to Nui. He's seen this time and time again, working in this industry for over 2+ decades within itself. You get to meet different people. You get to meet different personalities. We always make that ongoing joke when we're young. You got to be a little different to play football. You got to be a man's man. Like, there's some that's not wired right with you to make it to this level, to go want to hit a man at full speed, high collision, and all this. And it's like, my dad, I'm a walking colloquialism. My dad always said there's some truth behind every joke. You sit there and say that somebody's not wired right, well, you don't know that. For me, I've been that guy. I'm the guy that is always smiling in the room. I have ADHD. I've suffered from PTSD. I go to counseling at least twice a week, and I shout out to the NFL Trust. They offer resources to where we can go to counseling, and for me, it wasn't until my friend Demaryius Thomas, he passed away, going and seeing him, growing up watching guys like Marion the Barbarian going through, like him to be this iconic guy, and we lost him a few years ago. There's been a multitude of guys that towards the end of my playing career, I was like, I know that I've been the emotional guy. I know I'm the guy that's always ready to turn on that light switch. But my biggest fear is when I got off that field, whenever this comes to, I didn't realize how therapeutic football was for me and my connections, that I started to reach out. And we were just talking about it before we got on air, AD. I went and did the brain and body assessment this past weekend. And to really just truly go out there and see your body and how it's working and what's going on, I really challenge people to, and when I say challenge people, I'm looking at y'all as players because we all got our own niche. You talk all the time about your dad and his friends and you experiencing them, and not only them, you're at the age now to where a lot of your peers are either still here or not here. I'm at the age, I think I'm the youngest one at this table going through that. Big dog ain't, you salt, pepper, poppy, ain't gonna put your age out there. But you up there, like we all got 4 different generations of football that is going on right here. And when I do motivational speaking, I go and talk to people like we've always been told, man up, don't do this and do that. Well, truly manning up is saying that, hey, we all go through emotion. Like, I'm that guy, and Barry, I tell you, I love Barry, and AD know too, but how many times do I call y'all and I'm trying to get a point across, but it's like, I don't just call once. Like, I know we say pick up a phone call and text somebody and do this and that. It's not only us at this table, but I'm talking to America, looking at y'all. Call that person, and when you call them, don't just call them once. Don't just call them twice. If it's really on your spirit, call them 3 times, because I tell people all the time, when I call, I'm going to call you at least 2 times, and then if you don't answer me, and if it's important enough, I'm going to call you that evening or that next day, and then you're going to have 3 of them. Just like it says in the Bible, things come in 3. I want you to know that it was that important, because just as it was important and you reach out to these people, we always have that stigma as men. The biggest lie and the biggest misconception that we always say, what do you say? How you doing, bruh? I'm straight. I'm good. I'm making it and this and that. And they be like, okay, I got to the point, because people don't realize when you're on Instagram and you're posting, some people post to say, hey, I need motivation. But a lot of the time as players, we're posting for ourselves. We're posting, we say, hey, it was only one person, because we feel alone. We feel isolated. We got to remind ourselves that we're still that guy. We're posting the old highlights and stuff like that. And fans are out there like, hey, man, you were great. You were doing this and that. And that little reassurance kind of brings us back to reality. And I'll call my boys and be like, hey, bro, you sure you good? Because I see the way that you posting, and even if you're not, this is what I went through, brother, and so I just want to make sure you're good. And every time I get done with one of them conversations, I always get the, man, I really appreciate it, because I really wasn't going to answer you. I really was like, man, what D-Moore want, and this and that, and it was like the fact that you were vulnerable with me, I really have been going through that, and it gets to the point to where now we talk for a week or 2, and then after that, we might not talk for a whole nother year, but now it's you're on my list. I'm keep calling you, and that's what I'm saying. Right now, with everybody's going through this, shout out to my dog, Solomon Thomas. He's been going through the mental health battle with dealing with his sister's passing, defensive lineman, where they talk about mental health. I encourage every Dallas Cowboy fan, if y'all truly love Nealon, if y'all truly love these players or anybody, reach out to their foundations. And when you go through these foundations, help them. But just send them that message to let them know that you're there, because this 24 is too young, regardless of the situation. It's not just him. We're talking about a whole generation that has been taken away from us. This man is a potential future father. This man is somebody's son. This man is somebody's brother, cousin, and stuff like that. For these teammates that are going in there, leaving flowers here, after a bye week like this, you have to come in, and the first day you have to do is sit here and remember that your brother's not there. Like, That is a lot. And guess what? At the end of the day, they're still going to have a game at the end of this week, and that's what makes it so tough. So as much as y'all think these NFL player guys are the guys, they're human. We're all human. And once we can get back to having empathy and just checking on everybody, we can truly be here for each other. Because like you said, you never know. This guy had a smile. He was a part of a biker club. Like, I seen one of his best friends was like, man, I ain't going to be able to ride down the road with him. Boy, seeing that young man, 24 years old, doing them tricks on them bikes with that guy, and he was a completely different nationality. Like, he has touched everybody's soul. Like, this game of football brings us so many opportunities to get to know people, but that's what hurts so much, is that now that you know him as a player, now that you get to realize that this is a family, this is real, bro. This ain't just collisions. This ain't just a tackle.
Yeah. Now, it's very sad, and just to keep it a buck, 24 years old, and you wonder, and there's so many questions that we all have, and there's a lot of questions that just won't be answered, unfortunately. But when you look at it, and everything goes hand in hand, sports psychology is so big, and mental health is just as big as at it at the same time, and I will go as far as to say, before CTE actually had a name and before everybody understood what was going on, you had so many dudes, Muddy Waters, Junior Seau, like all these different big name players who were actually taking their lives, but doing it in the sense of leaving their brain untapped. Okay, like, I'm gonna take myself, but I'm gonna leave this because this needs to be studied. And one of the things I feel like I'm so fortunate about, even though my dad having CTE, is that thank God that it didn't get to the place where he actually felt like he had to harm himself in any kind of way, and just like we all said, as men, we're always taught, especially in this profession, to be as bravado and to be as strong and as be just as brave as you can be as a man. And a lot of times that does mean diminishing your feelings or stepping behind something. But at the end of the day, like we already know, if there's no outlet, and you have no source of actually relieving yourself or venting or getting that stuff off your chest, it is going to come to a head. And at some point in time, something's going to happen. You're going to explode. It's going to be an outbreak, outburst, or anything. But you just want that place to be able to have a place. Yeah. Like you said, it doesn't matter if it's 5 people or 1 person. Just be able to communicate and be vulnerable enough to be true. And help yourself and help somebody else at the same time. Because those conversations that you talk about, they're just not benefiting you when I make that phone call. They're benefiting both of us. You know what I mean? And so, like, and I say this to you guys in here, like, hey man, we got to check on each other.
Facts.
We have to. And it is so detrimental and so important. But to have a loss like this, man, it is. I really feel bad.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't emphasize that. When we say check on each other, not just a simple text, not just a simple call. Do it more than once. Be intentional with it. Because just as much as you want to give the help, they have to receive the help, but they have to know that whoever is receiving this information, that they genuinely want it.
Lead
not
with
just
love.
doing that. There you go.
That's the whole thing, man. And in all aspects and walks of life, if you can, lead with love.
So prayers up to everybody in that situation involved.
Yeah, an incredibly tough situation, and like you mentioned, man, such a young life and so much future ahead of him, with the potential of being a dad coming down the pike, man. But it's a tough situation. It's one that there is no script for. There is no blueprint for. You don't know how to proceed with it. You don't know how to go on for it. Fortunately, but unfortunately, this is a business.
Yeah.
This is a business. And somehow, some way, and this is the reality of it all, is these guys have to come back into this building, face this situation, but also understand that 7 days from today, you have a football game that has to be played.
And that's the tough part. Like, how do you, or at least not to cut you off, Jesse, but we know how you do it. You're young. You got to do this. The job is going to be, it sucks that we're talking about a big empathetic moment and a human being, but also in the realization that you're still a cog in this machine that's going to keep going. Like, some people that maybe wasn't as close to him, some people that's waiting for the opportunity, they're going to be like, yeah, we got to get out here and going. But there's a lot of people that felt like that was their brother, and guess what? They're still going to go, but what type of emotional? I remember when the news broke about Demaryius Thomas passing away, and I was on the field, and I just kept crying. Like, I'm up there, like, coach was like, hey, do you need a day and stuff like that? And I'm like, nah, I still got to play. Like, if I don't play, I don't have this. And so for some people, this is going to be their outlet, but when this outlet is done, when this offseason comes, when they go home after practice, and it's like, dang, normally when you'll pick up and call your boy and tell him to come over and come kick it and play the game and stuff like that, that's when it's going to hit all over again. So not only do they have to process a game plan, going out there process to go play one of the most physical game on this earth, they got to process the most dominating thing, which is grief.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. It is tough, and our thoughts and our prayers goes out to Marshawn's family, both near and far, and, of course, Marshawn's teammates that are right down the hall, and they have to find a way to somehow compartmentalize this and grieve also and mourn also while preparing to do the job that they've been paid to do. And it's an unfortunate situation, and I'll leave with this is – for those who may be dealing with certain things, find your community. Call someone, get therapy. If there's someone who would listen, and I have people who are professionals, therapists, who've already reached out to me and said, Jesse, Holley, if there's some people that you know that need professional help, I will do it. We will do it for free. So if there are people out there who are watching this today, or watching the Players Lounge, or hearing the sound of my voice, who are looking for help and maybe can't afford it right now because I know that things are crazy in the economy, reach out to me. I have professional people who are willing to help you because you matter. You matter to us. You matter to someone. So we want you here to help you work through this. So there's no way to transition, but we'll take our first break of the show, and when we come back, football has to be played. Yeah. And so we'll talk about the new additions to the Cowboys and how that could potentially help them go on the run that they need to go on for the rest of the season. This is the Players Lounge. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Returning for the 2025 NFL season, Boss reunites with the Dallas Cowboys to drop the next chapter of their iconic collaboration. The Boss Cowboys collection fuses fashion and football once again, capturing the fearless spirit of what it means to be your own boss. Just in time for kickoff, gear up in standout styles that show your team pride with a bold edge. Available now at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Celebrate the season at Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, powered by Reliant at the Star in Frisco. Join us every Friday and Saturday from November 21st. Yes, you heard it right. Let me say it again. November 21st to December 20th. Yes, sir, for an electrifying holiday performance. For details, visit thestardistrict.com. Do not miss out on the Christmas Extravaganza.
The Cowboys season continues right now. The Cowboys sit at 3 5-1, and things look daunting. Right? It looks rather daunting, but the trade deadline has come and gone, and the Cowboys had added some couple players to their roster. They went and they traded for Logan Wilson, linebacker of the Cincinnati Bengals, and then they brought in Quinnen Williams, a big dog, elite defensive lineman from the New York Jets.
Ruin the drill.
In addition to, you've heard Steven and Jerry and others talk about, hey, we got some guys that are getting healthy and on the come. Most people didn't talk about it, but Kalen Carson, right? He played last week. Didn't do too bad. So you didn't even. A lot of people didn't even
recognize it.
Didn't even recognize him out there, right? I know the game was kind of out of whack a little bit, but didn't do too bad. Didn't do too bad. Went back and watched the game. Didn't do too bad.
Okay.
This is a guy who's still trying to feel his way out. You get DeMarion Overshown returning. You get Savone Rebel Jr. returning.
Excited to see him.
So my question is, Anthony Dorsett, what the Cowboys have returning from this bye, the health should be good on here on out as far as starting the games.
I'm sorry.
Can the Cowboys realistically make a run and get themselves in a position to make the playoffs?
Okay, so I'm not dealing with any numbers right now because I don't know numbers like that, all right? But now, to say what the Cowboys have actually done structurally to the D-line and to the defense, I can relate it back to guys that I actually played with, and some of you guys might remember these names, Grady Jackson and Darrell Russell. All right. D. Russ was the third pick of the draft out of USC. D tackle similar to Quinnen Williams, can ruin the drill and take over the game at any time that he wanted to, right? And then you had Grady Jackson too as well. And then on the outside, of course, we had a couple dudes who, and I'm not saying when I say a couple dudes, I don't mean to omit their names and like they're just guys, but we had some decent pass rushers at the same time. Once they were able to clog up that middle, all right, and now the quarterback is not able to release and come straight up the middle, and you got the pressure coming on the outside. First of all, it's like everybody's going to benefit as far as with pressures and everything on the D-line from having both of these dudes, Kenny Clark and Quinnen, out there now.
And Donovan Ezra was starting to show.
Exactly.
Come around a little bit.
Right, yeah.
All right. That rookie wall.
So now that rotation definitely increases, and now you got another man in there. And it's all about keeping D linemen fresh. We know how that works out, right? Okay, then to hear that Overshown is coming back, who was one of the bright spots of the defense last year before he got hurt. I mean, he was sideline to sideline. He making interceptions, recovery, whatever the case may be. The Revel kid, everybody's been waiting to see him play because his upside and everything that he had in college and just his background story, working at Amazon and doing this and doing that just to have an opportunity. So what I'm looking at right now coming off this bye is I hope that there's a surge in, number one, confidence and just having this new, I guess you could say, top-level player on the team who can actually help through his play, make everybody better. You know how it is. I go get in the secondary with Charles Woodson. I don't want to play like me no more. I want to try to get as close to being like Charles Woodson and Eric Allen as possible. So, like, it made me have an accountability to try to be that much better, too, at the same time. And I just know that we all know this team needs a jump start, a boost of energy, a positive vibe right now. And these two guys, Wilson also, the linebacker being, and everybody coming back is definitely something that is generating some energy in a positive place for the Cowboys to be in. So I'm hoping that whatever happens numerically, I know they're still second in the division, right?
Yes.
Okay, so and that's playing to their benefit out the yin-yang.
Trash.
But they've lost a lot of NFC teams at the same time, but still being second in the division. So I'm literally hoping, and I'm not biased towards the Cowboys. I'm just biased towards good football. And I'm hoping that this actually makes the team a better team and its defense a lot better over these next few weeks. I'm excited. Yeah.
So, Church, before you answer, can the Cowboys make a run? Because I do want to.
And I'm sorry, I didn't answer that. Yes, I hope they can make the run.
No.
That's a lot.
No, that's
thinking you think.
So I'm not. I don't have any confidence in for what I've seen thus far. Okay. But I do have confidence in them bringing in guys of this caliber. All right.
Stop being nice.
No, what are you talking about? It's like we've had the conversation. There's been too much beating around the bush right around here instead of going straight through it and addressing the issue. issues and calling people out and holding them accountable.
Yeah.
All right. You're bringing a guy who's top at his position at run stopping and being able to do what he can. Come on, man. You have to be optimistic in some kind of light here. And regardless if I ever played for the Cowboys or not, I had a love affair for this team way before y'all did, probably. You know what I mean? So it goes back to, like, I want to see them succeed. Yeah. I just don't believe in them all the time.
Wants and a fact is different. He asked you, he said, with the additions that they had, do you see them making a playoff run? I need yes or no. Hard ball straight to the answer. Yes or no. Playoff ready with the additions or not? You gave me a nice
with the additions, if the coaching goes right and they can get past the communication issues that have been on the team, I see a yes.
Okay, that's it. All right.
Church, the part that I want you to answer before you answer the part about can they make a push for the playoffs is you always talk about in football terms that the rush helps the coverage.
Yeah, rushing
coverage helps the coverage, right? They're tied hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
They go
rushing cover.
Yeah, rush and cover goes hand in hand. Does the addition of Quinnen Williams now give you a better, because in the back end the Cowboys are getting cooked.
Yeah, they've been playing.
Does this type of addition give you faith that the Cowboys will be able to defend on the back end better?
I do believe.
And why?
I do believe, and it is tough because it's not like they're adding, one of the top, pass rushers in the National Football League. Now, Quinnen Williams is a flat-out dog. He's a beast, and, against the run, and he understands how to, create pressure from the middle of the field, which quarterbacks hate. Like, when you can always step up in the pocket if you get an edge rush, but quarterbacks hate when that frontal pressure comes at you. But as much of a dog as Quinnen Williams is, he's not that Aaron Donald type of guy that can affect the quarterback as quickly as Aaron Donald could. He's a beast, but he's not particularly at that level. And I believe that's what the secondary needs most right now is somebody who can get the quarterback off of his spot immediately. Like, not giving this guy a chance to go through his progressions. And what we've seen so far this year, that's what all quarterbacks have been able to do against the secondary. They've been able to say, oh, all right, one's not there, two's not there. Oh, let me go back to one, because we all understand that it's tough to cover these receivers for that long. So it's going to be tough for them to get that much better in the secondary when they still don't have that elite edge rusher. But where I think it'll help is a lot of these offensive linemen, they're going to put a lot of attention on Quinnen Williams, and rightfully so. This dude's a dog. That should, theoretically, give the rest of these guys on that defensive line more one-on-one opportunities. Now, with that being said, can these guys consistently win those one-on-ones? We haven't seen that so far this year. Like, I would love to see more from Dante Fowler. This is a guy that when he was here, a couple years ago, double-digit sack guy. Went to Washington, double-digit sack guy. This year, he's not really producing that way.
You gotta watch it. The numbers is deceiving.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't realize last game that he was leading the team in pressures and most QB hits, even though he doesn't have the sack. Unless that was an inaccurate fact that the commentator gave us, he has the most QB hits on that D-line. He just don't have the, to back it up. So what he say? Let me just play devil's advocate out there.
I get it. And we see Clowney starting to come along a little bit as well, but you just need to see more consistently win on one-on-ones along this defensive line because they've had their opportunities. They've had it. So helping the secondary in the back end, I believe he will come in and help, but not like astronomically where this is like a guy coming off the edge and this secondary can just sit on routes. That's not the case. As far as them making a run, getting into to the playoffs or whatever the case may be, I gotta believe it. I'm the guy that was like, hey, 10 wins, baby, 10 wins.
Okay.
So I can't put the energy out there like, no, they ain't gonna be able to do it.
Look at them.
I gotta believe that. And they are getting healthier in the secondary. So
this pride bearing. Stop. Like I told
they
AD,
can make a run.
Stop with the fluff,
with
man.
this offense that they have, they can make a run. They can. We've seen this up and down lately. But they can make a run with the offense that they have and the additions of Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson, who I think is going to surprise a lot of cats. They can make a run, honestly, in my opinion.
But I've been to counseling, and I'd be remiss. I love what my counselor said because we've been talking about counseling. They said when you go in there and you're talking to somebody, you got to give them the hamburger, you got to give them the fluff, the dressing, and then the meat and the potatoes. Boy, y'all made a nice good burger with all that fluff. That man, salt, Pepper Poppy asked y'all said based off of the D. Hey, watch it. Hey, you can call it whatever you want, bro. Hey, I'm good over here. I'm the ebony god. I am him is me. But anyways, he told y'all. He said that's been Barry's thing this whole season on the show. Oh, behind 4 we trust. Behind we do this. No, he asked y'all for the defensive players that they added. Do you think that changed that?
Well, I asked you the same question. Give me the substance of the burger.
Substance of the burger, they added enough defensive talent, and we all know that it takes something really big and momentum to happen during the season. I'm going to say right now, with the turmoil that they're going to bond and stuff like that and hopefully come together with the star players that they have. I could see them maybe squeezing themselves into the playoffs. Not so much as because of the defensive players. The defensive players are naturally going to help them.
Is it a yes or a no?
That is my yes. Hold on.
Reason.
The difference. Hey, you see that? You know how they say some people listen to rebuttal and some people need to listen to understand.
You talking about all the fluff we gave?
What was my
even more?
First of all, the difference. Hold on. You see how y'all just wanted to interrupt me? I said I see them squeezing into the playoffs. I was about to give my direction of why I see them. Y'all started off with all the other stuff.
He asked you.
And I told you, I said I see them squeezing themselves in the playoffs, and then he asked me why do I feel this way. Okay. And like I said, it's not because of the players. Yes, they're going to get better because these players are good, but the division is so trash right now. There is nothing that is. It's not like you're over there with the Patriots who have came back. You're not talking about teams that are both going to be in double-digit wins. We're talking about a weak division that somebody's going to make it in the playoffs with maybe 8, possibly 9, 8 wins. They sorry self.
Oh, you talking about the whole NFC?
No, yes. Oh, okay. That is the saving grace of why they're going to make it to the playoffs. Not because of players, not because of schematics, but the other teams are still leaving them in the fight. So that's why they might squeeze in there.
You think the NFC is trash?
Right now, the way that is going, you got what is Washington doing? Washington,
the NFC East. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Their division, them right there, like out of those
you talking
4.
About the East and not the whole.
No,
NFC.
I'm talking about the East is so trash.
Oh, okay,
like
I get you.
Washington's doing bad. Giants just fired their head coach.
Yeah, but you're 3 games behind the lead in Philly, and they already have a game up on you.
They do.
That's like. The path, in my opinion, the path is not trying to win the NFC.
No, you can't win a division.
That's you can pretty much.
So you think that
you need an epic collapse?
So how many games do we got left?
What you said, they need to figure out a way to squeeze up in there.
You now have to try to find a wild card situation.
But I don't think they're going to do that.
And this is the part where they've kind of screwed themselves a little bit. Because in order to find a wild card, you have to remember you lost to the Bears, you lost to Arizona, you tied the Packers, and
that's a loss,
and you lost to the Carolina Panthers. All those
teams are there.
Teams that now your losses are, so now
it counts on the back end.
It's tough because the Bears probably may get a spot.
I think the Bears. I think
the NFC West.
That's what I said.
That's what I'm saying.
7-2, 7-2, 6-3.
That's what I mean. So when you start looking at that back end, you gotta hope that there's a collapse in Chicago, and now all of a sudden they go from being, I think they 5-8.
Chicago's on the roll right now.
3-8 or 6-8. Yeah. I'm sorry, 3-8 or
Chicago is 6-3 right now.
Okay, I'm going to say 5, and I'm keep saying 8, 5-3.
Which I think that can happen because their division, they're going to eat each other up. Like you still going to have
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit going to play them. Green Bay, Minnesota, they're all going to play each other. So that should work itself.
So how would?
But that's what I'm saying. Those teams in that division who are better than you get the wild card.
That is true, and that's what they got to get.
So you got to try to find your way through the back door.
So how do they find it? That's why I said I don't think it happened. It's
you
very
gotta win like the next 7. You got to go 7-1 in the last 8 games, or at least 6-2 in the last.
And that's a tough schedule.
That's tough.
That's a tough schedule.
It's very tough.
That's just being real.
That's asking a lot.
And when you talk about this team, it's like you need your big dogs to be the big dogs and go out there and play. Like you can't have flash in the pan. Like my boy Old Diggy Zua doing his thing, but he's too up and down. Like he's too much of a roller coaster ride. So it's like your big dogs gotta step up and play consistently each and every week, and you just don't see that from the squad.
And that's what I was going to ask you.
All right, so hold that thought. Hold that thought. Let us do our final break of the show. We got to pay these bills, and then when we come back, we'll pick up with Damontre where you left off. And I do still want to ask the question because I've asked the question about do you think they can make a run, but also is this where you thought the Cowboys would be at this point in time of the season? At the beginning of the year, they're looking at you because I know you said that was probably at 10 wins. But this is the Players Lounge. Stay right here with us. We'll be right back.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're maxing out overhead presses, pushing through chest flies, or being the hero your golden retriever needs to carry them over that scary bridge, Smoothie King has the fuel to help you go all out. Build muscle and boost your recovery with 45 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and delicious customizable ingredients in the Gladiator Smoothie. Available in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Only at Smoothie King.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Yes, sir, we're back. Capture the frame-worthy holiday photos with Santana at the Star, presented by Monument Reality.
Huh?
Dipset?
Santana.
Yeah, Santana. You heard it, right?
Okay.
Hey, I know it.
All right.
Hey, yes. Santana will be spending the holiday cheer.
Ho, ho.
Yes, sir, from November 21st all the way through Christmas Eve. For more information to book your visit, head to thestardistrict.com/Santana. Register before December 7th. You heard it, December 7th.
Jules
to save $5.
Carlos Santana?
No, they just said Santana at the Star, so leave it up to your imagination.
How about Santa at the Star?
There's no way.
No, it's not.
There's no way. There's no way that
If
just
you-
happened.
Read it.
There's no
Please.
Can I see that?
That
Give me this. Just hand it over.
Can I see that?
you gonna
And then
do
we
your
tried to
ear.
bail you out.
No. I know. I kept. That's why I had to ride. I tried to go with it. I didn't think Chris was going.
You know, nobody's letting you slide that
I said
much.
Santa.
I ain't letting it slide.
I don't believe.
Hey,
I don't believe.
You got away. You got away with one earlier.
No, I didn't get away with one. Early was right. Early was right. Early was right. Hold on. Hold on. I will. I did. I messed up on the last. I messed up on the last one. That was.
By the way, it's Monument Realty, by the way.
Take a look. It's in a book.
No. So what? Hold on. So, hey, I'm a fat guy, so let's figure this out. So, which one did I mess up on earlier?
Oh, man.
It was. You know what? It was during the first segment, and so.
Players mess up.
No. Players
mess up.
I messed up on that last one. I said
Good,
Santana,
brother.
but I knew I messed. See, I'm that type of kid that if I mess up, I'm just going to take
double down
I'm
on
gonna
it?
double down on it. You're going to have to prove me wrong.
Yeah, you don't have to double. You don't have to, though.
You don't have to.
You
I
don't
chose
have
to.
to.
You just have to. If you ever feel like you're doing something wrong, just look up at and see people's eyes.
No.
That's all you gotta do.
Nope.
We like
See,
this.
that's
We
the
all
problem.
said it.
No, that's the problem.
He said Jules said
No.
Santa.
No, that's the problem.
But you
with
had me really believe because I was like, oh, maybe it is.
That's why you
I was
said,
like,
You said like, yeah, Santana. I was like,
yeah.
man, they done got
I was like, I'm definitely gonna check it out after we finish reading this.
Hey, so that's the thing, guys. Hey, America, if you don't know,
crazy.
if you have confidence, that's all that matters. They didn't even know.
No,
and
they
I
knew.
was good.
Who didn't know?
The sniper did what he always does and come from the back.
Whoa.
Look, hey, it was, whoa.
Hey, yo,
Okay.
Santana.
And a sniper. Oh,
God.
wow.
All right, man. Let's.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow.
CB, dog. CB.
Man,
It's crazy you did that on air.
you did it on there. It was you.
Hey,
You did
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Santa's gonna be here early, everybody, just so it's all right.
You ain't got to worry about the sniper
Get your
getting
photo.
from the back. What? You ain't got to worry about that right now.
What Charles Barkley say?
Nervous. I'm
ESPN Deportes. Muy bien, gracias.
Hey, I hope we don't go viral for this.
Oh,
That was.
hey, Feliz
Yes, sir.
Navidad to all my Santana Santas out there.
I don't do Christmas. I'm a like that.
I don't even know.
That was. Where was we going with this at before?
I don't even know.
Oh, man.
I don't even know.
Defensive line.
Defense.
D-line.
Defensive line.
I guess.
And how's the cohesiveness going to work with all this money on this D-line?
So let's just do this. Let's just do this before we end the show.
Oh, my Jesus.
So we talked about do we think the Cowboys, with their recent additions, have enough to make a run? But let's take it even a step further and look back. When you guys made your predictions earlier in the summer, right? I don't know if you guys did it around training camp, those times.
Training camp.
Did you guys see the Cowboys being here at 3-5-1 midway through the season? I'll start.
Yes.
I'll start with you. Did you feel the Cowboys are going to be at this place right here?
Yes, they're right there on that mark. I said about 8 or 9 wins, depending on what was going to happen with the defense. I didn't think the offense was going to be doing this good. I thought it was going to be more evenly matched. I didn't think it would be so lopsided, but yeah, I didn't see playoffs like that. Unfortunately. It was too much. Just going into this season, it was too many questions. Like, I was really excited about the George Pickens trade, him come in, and I was like, okay, hey, this is going to give Dak another option. But with the questions that were running back, the question of offensive line, and then obviously defense, and then once Parsons was gone, it was like, oh yeah, they're swimming uphill for me. So yeah, they're right around that mark line, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Anthony, when you were looking at your preseason prediction of what the Cowboys are going to be this season, halfway through the season, did you think that it would look this way?
I honestly thought that they might win about 8 games this year. I think me and Trey was in the same place. You know what I'm saying? Did I expect it to look the way it has looked? No. Nah, not at all. Like you, I was questioning. My biggest question all summer in training camp was the run game. Never thought that Williams was going to come in here and turn out to be what he's turned out to be.
No.
Always had faith in Dak, but just never thought that the losses that they have accumulated, they would accumulate them the way that they did. Mm-hmm. I thought that that literally they would beat the teams that we expected them to beat. I thought they would win those games, but nah. And like Trey said, I did see the issues with the defense, especially after Micah was gone. So
yeah, and for me, I thought this team would have 3 more victories, man. Like I thought Chicago, Carolina, Arizona. I'm like, okay, those were marked on mine as like those are W's.
Yeah,
W's. Green Bay. I thought they might take that L, but when I looked at it, it was just like so far I just didn't think that they would be where they are right now, and especially defensively. Like I knew they lost Micah Parsons, and I knew that was going to hurt. But
I think it was going to be
the play, even before the injuries to Diggs and all that stuff, it was like, man, these guys don't communicate. You got too many busts in the coverages, like mental mistakes, and that's not something you see from a defense coached by Flus. Like, because his system is so simple where you could it's one check here. It ain't like Rob Ryan's system where he got to check for every single motion, or if the guy looks this way, we're checking to that. It's a very simple defense, and these guys just haven't been able to get a grasp on it, and it's looked historically bad so far. But man, they're gonna make a run though. Bump all that. They gonna make a run. So I'm with you.
That burger again.
Hey, I'm with you, man. They gonna make a run, man.
All right, man. That does it.
Can we put him on record? Can we put pressure on him?
We'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. All right, so that does it for us. I'll be with you guys.
I'm about to say, Jesse, you here all week.
Yeah, I'm all week.
Tell them.
This was no. What you about to say?
Tell the fans.
Oh yeah.
You tell your viewers. Bring your followers, man.
Yeah, I thought you were getting ready to say, "Hey, you should be here more."
No. I don't do that. I don't do that.
What's wrong with that?
Don't do that. I'm messy. I'm messy.
No. There's nothing wrong with you guys.
Oh man.
But I have created a good seat in my show.
Wow.
And I don't mind coming over here on rental.
I feel you.
But I've created a good niche and
over there
on hanging with the boys.
You, Shannon, Big Nate,
and Kurt.
And Kurt.
Yeah. So
okay.
we got a good thing going over there, though. We got a good thing over there. So I want to do well. I don't want to do too well over here.
Wow.
He said, I want to do too well.
Look at this guy upstairs might be like, you know what? Let's make it truly a players' lounge.
Hey, man.
All right. So I'll be here all week. I hope that you will join us for the rest of the week as we get more into the Cowboys as they prepare themselves to deal with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Salt and pepper, huh?
Now, what's the last part of it? Oh,
no, I ain't calling them.
Man, watch out, boy.
For Barry, for Damontre, for Anthony, I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. This is the Players Lounge. We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?